Okay. Hello, my loves. This is part 2 of a really big download for the beginning of April. So, where we left off, I was talking about my dream where these tiles were like floating up to the surface of the water, and there was a whole bunch of people around me. And as I took a step back, there was like 3 or 4 tiles that the clay was sticking to the tips of my fingers, my chest, and my feet. And with going more onto the reading and stuff like that, the tiles were creating what looked like a guitar, and when you strummed it, it made like some sort of melody. And there were a couple of other people that also had like instrument tiles on them, and it was like creating some sort of melody and stuff like that. For some reason, the message that I'm getting like of that melody is like, I don't know if you've ever watched My Hero Academia, but there is a character, his name is Twice, and he like creates like multiple of himself, and he calls it the Sad Man's Parade. For this, like, I'm getting the name like Sad Man's Melody. But anyways, so I still had that anger in me, and I told these people that were trying to like strum the music, I told them, don't do that. Like, don't mess with these tiles, because there's something that you don't want. Like, there's something about it that it's more than you understand, if that makes sense. Like, it, to me, it felt like messing with these tiles was the equivalence of like messing with possession toys or something like that. Like, it was messing with other people's energy and like feeding into that like negative, angry energy. And I tried to tell them, I said, look, like, I can't get this off. And I was like trying to peel this clay off of me, and it like, I got the tiles off and I like threw them down. I was like, do whatever you want with those. And I went out of what was now like a room, and as I was like going out of that room, there was like somebody else that had like dropped what looked like a voodoo doll. And I went to go look at it, and I was like, like, I actually said, take that shit back. Like, I'm not touching that. Take that shit back. So eventually it disappeared, and I came across this one girl who was about my age, and I told her, I said, I can't get this clay off of me. It hurts, like, take it off. And she did something where I had like, I was like, she was passing water out of my body, almost like water bending or whatever. And as I was water bending, the clay was transferring to her, and she was clearing it off of her body into this like bucket. So for the ones with my fingers, that cleared off. And someone else came along. It was another guy like about my age, and I had told them about like the stuff in my chest that I couldn't get off, and I told him that I needed his help, and told him basically like how she had done it because she had left. And he started like what looked like was like crumbling, and I was like, he's not strong enough to do this. And so I like held on to it. Another man came along with another man, like they were together and stuff like that, and I had told them my dilemma, and he said, I can help you. And I said, I don't know if you're strong enough for that. And he said, trust me, I've done this a lot. Like, I can help you. And so he was helping me through it. And as he was helping me through it, I was like starting to clear out what was on my feet, which was like clay that was left over, and what was on my chest, which the chest was the one that had like the heaviest bit of clay. It turned into like my point of view had went to like there was all these like answers showing up, and he was asking questions to spirit as he was clearing out this clay. And because of course I was thinking this was like a possession type thing, definitely not the possession dreams that I've had, but like for some reason I was like there's an energy here that I am not, it's not my energy. It's a level of it felt like anger when I was around everybody else, but at that point in time it just felt like raw energy that needed to both be removed from me but like put into work, if that makes any sense. Also, I think I'm gonna have to make a part 3 because I haven't even gotten to the reading part itself. Anyways, one of the questions they had asked is, what spirit are you? And the answer was Fenrir. Fenrir is the god of destruction and war in Norse mythology. Specifically, it specified the destruction area. And it basically had said, what do you want with her? And it said, I'm giving you another chance. I've been working with you for a while without you knowing, and I'm giving you another chance to basically, like, the answer that I was getting from that is he's destroying what doesn't serve you, or he's helping with that process along, like move that process along. But it was almost like he wasn't putting up with the shit of having to wait for you to let go. Like, he knows you're ready, so he's just like, if you're gonna hold on to the rope while I'm pulling so that you let go of the rope so that something else comes, like, if you get those rope burns, that's not my problem. Like, you either let go of it or this is gonna hurt. And that kind of was the message that I was getting. Anyways, my interpretation of all of that, give me 1 second. My interpretation of that reading, which I don't think I'm even going to do the cards because I don't have time to do the cards. I've already gone on to 2 parts, and I think that the dream does it justice of what's going on. So I think with the tiles have to do with hidden truths and things that are coming to light, like the answers that you've been seeking, those things are coming up. But that's your truth and nobody else's truth. But also, I think that with the ones that stuck with you, it's not necessarily tiles that you're supposed to hold on to. Like, these are things that have happened to you in your past, things that you can gain strength from now, but they're traumas from your past, and these are things that are meant to be let go of. But along the way, you have a lot of people that identify with their trauma because nobody else has wanted to listen to their story. And I think that you can recognize that these things need to be let go of because they hold no purpose continuing to hold on to you. It holds you back. It leaves you in a level of rage and sadness, and that's about it. You have a lot of things coming to you. I think I'm going to have to do a small part 3 after this as like a summary. But you have a lot of things coming to you, especially in love and your career. I would say with your career, it has to do with turning your trauma into power, writing your own story. With love, you have to let go of this past and your past loves and the pains that you've gone through in these loves, because if you don't, you're going to continue to question anybody that comes into your life with good intention. So all these things are falling apart around you because they're not meant to serve you anymore.